Ingram is hated. I was trying to figure out who that was. It sounded like Devil Driver.
That is Slipknot.
Ah. I always get them mixed up because of the way the riffs at the beginning.
Well, hello. Welcome in.
Oh, hey, what's up, Coop?
We don't have a Jermaine today. So Jermaine's doing that. He did the whole draft thing. Had some family over, some friends over, all that. So usually this goes off on Friday. Long story short, the journey is over.
What's up, Maximus? What's up, Turk?
Yeah, the journey's over, and yeah, Kyle and Coke and Rick and Maximus and Dirk and Kyle. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah. The name of the episode is Car Rides to Close. And it's just basically the general start to finish of this whole journey I've been on. So kind of what my plan is with this. I didn't want to commit to doing certain things this month. I wanted to, I tried, but I couldn't really commit to doing things. So I figured what I would do is do a live Q&A kind of situation, and then next month and next week and everything is going to get back to normal. Long story short, we actually are closing on this house on Monday. I didn't really think I'd get to that point. Yeah, it's a real surreal thing. It hasn't actually set in yet. Which is weird in its own right, because you would think that something you were waiting for, right? And trying and I mean, honestly, suffering for. I mean, that let's kind of be honest, just suffering for it. When that, I guess that goal finally is reached, you would think it would just be a complete release and just a euphoric thing. It wasn't. It wasn't. It felt like it was. It felt like the end of an exhausting road. It's like if you ran the Boston Marathon, right? Like you're tired, you're sore, you're hurting. And then you finally get to the finish line and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired, but I won it. But you're like, I'm so fucking tired. You know what I mean? Like it's just not, there isn't that moment that you would think would be there. So, I guess is everybody ready for how it started and how it ended? Like it's because even on the last day there was drama, and the day before the last day there was drama. It's just what it's been.
See, I've been privy to a lot of this, a lot
Yeah,
of things that a lot of people haven't been, just because I'm like, I've been just making sure we're checking on you, just trying to be a good.
that's fair. That's fair. And
So
it,
the floor is yours, my friend.
okay. Um, before I get into it,
It all
and
began when a man meets a woman.
yeah, I mean, there you go. And when we're done, we're gonna do like a live Q&A thing. But
Yeah,
before I get into it, I do want to thank everyone that's been like supportive and been kind and patient and rolled with the proverbial punches of canceled shows and just dealing with my, I don't know, whining, I guess it is a way to put it. I don't know. I don't really have a word for it.
I will say this about it: hearing you go through the stuff you went through with this makes me honestly never want to buy a house.
I mean,
What the
super
fuck?
fair. Super fair.
My phone just turned, like Gemini just turned on for some reason. What is going on here?
Wonderful.
That was
Uh,
weird.
yeah. Put him in here, Kyle. We'll get to him whenever the time is right.
Yeah, it was like, because me and Dirk were saying that earlier. Like, holy shit, man, I don't want to buy a house. And I was like, no, dude, if I want to get like rich, become a millionaire, and just like pay cash, like
That's
I will give you straight cash for this house right now. Write a check. I don't want any bullshit here. House, it's mine. Get the fuck out. I'll buy all the furniture in the house. I don't care. I'll take everything in it. Just I'll pay for the people to move out. Just everybody out. It's mine now. I
yeah.
will Lex Luthor some shit.
Yeah, straight cash, homie, might be the way to go. 100%. So,
Which I will get to you a little bit of some news on my end once you get through this.
perfect. All right. So, a few months ago, we found a realtor and we started kind of looking, right? The realtor from the gate asked us when we were trying to do it. We were like, yeah, June, July, yada, yada, yada. She was like, yeah, man, cool, great. Why are you looking now? Well, our kind of plan was to find something, get something, pay the mortgage, and then pay rent here until we left. But in the meantime, while we were here, we were going to get stuff done to the house that we figured we would have to get done while we are waiting. So, okay, fine. I appreciate it. I really do, Maximus. Thank you. Thank you. And we found a few places, got outbid, a few little things happened, whatever. The house in particular that I'm talking about, we passed it like 2-3 times, thought nothing of it. We're like, meh, whatever. Then we came back to it for whatever reason, and we actually looked at it. We're like, wait a minute, this might be a thing. So we looked at it on a Sunday, put an offer in Sunday night. and it was countered on Monday for like 3,000 more, and we accepted it. Holy shit. What? Okay. So we found a house in what, 16 hours? All right. Okay. That was when all the excitement stopped. Just whoosh. Absolutely stopped. Record scratch, everything was bad. So we're like, okay, we are already pre-approved for a certain amount. We already worked with the lender before all this, so we are ready. Okay, Cal. All right. We'll do Cal's questions in a few moments here.
Yeah.
So we got pre-approved, then we had to go ahead and get reapproved for the new amount that we wanted to do. And so none of you ended up getting our, so all everyone in my family's dead. They've been dead for longer. I've been alive longer without them than I was with them. So
that one's gonna be I'll answer that one since it's coming up. Coke, my situation with my family is very complicated. I will likely inherit my mom's house when she passes away.
yeah.
I don't want it. There's a lot of reason to that I'm not going to get into here because it's a lot. It's a lot for me. I'll put it this way: my brother has pretty much said, "Dude, it's all yours." Because it was supposed to be given, it was supposed to be split between the two of us, and he's like, "Dude, I don't even want to deal with it. It's yours. Take the money, do whatever you want with it. It's yours." I told him I'd split it with him. He's like, "No, it's yours. I want nothing to do with it." He is that done with the situation. And
Oof.
for people that know me outside of here, they know the situation for the most part. I don't, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on there that I don't want to get into. So yeah, I will inherit the house, unfortunately.
Oh.
I don't know what condition it'll be in when I do.
Fair.
I'll say that.
Well, so yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Pre-approved.
they reject. These were like 3 times the rate that you originally.
Wait, what?
You say they jacked up the closing costs 3 times higher.
Oh no. We'll get to that point. No.
Oh, this
So-
ain't even that point yet. Oh shit.
No. So this is like 2 months ago. So we got pre-approved, whatever. We had to redo the thing. Okay, fine. So then I had a lender. Her name is Tanya. And she was taking care of the case. Kind of hit a lull. We were waiting for things to kind of happen. I was sending information in, having to send in pay stubs, a literal year's worth of
Pay stubs and stuff like that.
well, pay stubs and also bank statements and all that fun stuff. So did all that. We were good, and then communication kind of stopped. And then this girl Stephanie reached out to me, and I was like, "Hi." She's like, "Yeah, I'm the senior loan officer." Yada yada. Yeah, Tanya is no longer with us. I was like, "Oh, okay." So
What?
my loan was suspended, was just sitting there, going nowhere for like 2 weeks. Nothing was happening. Tanya wasn't responding. Come to find out, I think she got fired, but she like fucked up my loan. And then they kind of repicked it up and got things squared away. And I had like an hour and a half long conversation with Stephanie and sending her. I was resending her all these things, yada yada yada. Now, mind you, during this whole time, I had a collection that was sitting around that they reached out to me a month beforehand, said it wasn't being reported. Great, perfect. I just did a payment to just kind of keep them at bay. Great. 3 weeks later, they called back. And they're like, okay, hey, it's time for your payment. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, cool, great. Once again, I asked them, hey, is this being reported? They said no. Scheduled a payment for the day. So this was like April 10th at this point. So we're supposed to close on the 17th. I schedule a payment for the 18th, the day after closing. Not a big deal, whatever. Fine. April 16th, I get a call, or April 16th, I get a call from the lender saying, hey, actually, no, let me backtrack. That day it reported that I scheduled the payment. That day it reported on my credit. Now, if you know anything about lending, generally speaking, they will do a credit check before, a few days before your closing. They've already done a credit check, but they do another one before that. Now, all this week, I'm going back and forth with Stephanie. They haven't found this yet. I have been stressing about it hard. Very just this whole time, everything that could be going wrong, right? I'm trying to keep the credit people at bay. Stephanie, seemingly every single day they're asking me for new stuff to submit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of this. I just can't. I'm so tired of it. The 16th, the day before closing, she's like, hey, so this collection, we saw this. What's going on with this? I was like, oh, yeah, I was working with them. They said they weren't reporting it, so I was making payments, and we're going to figure it out after closing, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, mind you, this whole time, like my credit profile, it's okay, but my debt to income is a little high, and I was kind of up against it with that. So there's not a lot of things that could be coming off. So within my closing costs, there are credit payoffs that they're doing. So fine, whatever, not a big deal. So I then call these collection people. Funny enough, her sister-in-law she works in a law firm, and she has a lawyer friend, and her lawyer friend actually called with me to the collection agency to kind of see if we can get them to whittle down to a settlement, because the settlement that they were offering wasn't really great. It was like a 15% deduction. I'm like, come on, man, get out of here. Now, it is with a school. These were out-of-pocket costs that I thought were already paid. Apparently not. They were sending mail to an incorrect address.
Oh,
I was never getting it. They did give me a call back last year, but I thought it was a scam thing. So I'm like, I'm not even going to answer you. So a month before this whole thing kind of happened, I put a dispute in because I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I'm going to dispute this, see what's going on. A few days later, I get the information back that it's legitimate. They send me documentation. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I remove the dispute. This is very important. Okay. So me and the collection itself was like $5,500. They were offering like a $4,800 payoff. Not great. So I get on the phone with the lawyer and we offer like $3,000, right? So that's about 60%. That's reasonable, whatever. They say they have to reach out to the actual school to do it. They can't agree to that, which I feel like is bullshit. About 2 weeks before this final call that we're doing, they sent me a payoff thing for $4,700. It's like an actual email. Very, very important. It's an email that they send me, an email on April 2nd. Very important. It says you have till April 30th to accept this agreement. I'm like, whatever, fine. So Tiff is like, hey, don't go below 3. 3 is our max. Like, I'm not willing to pay any more than 3, out of this, because we discuss finances together because we have a shared account. I was like, Mama, listen, let's just fucking do it, because we're trying to close tomorrow. Let's just get this done. So I send my lender the paperwork for what they sent. They're like, okay, cool. We'll add that to closing. All right, fine.
Right.
So at that point, closing is like $8,600. We're like, all right, fine. Okay, good. Then they're going to add the $4,700 to that closing. So it makes it like 12 grand. It's like, okay, fine. Just be done. Just be done with it. We'll be fine. So then they're like, oh, well, here's the other problem. Because you disputed it, it says on the credit report that it's disputed. So we now have to remove that. I'm like, okay. So I was like, all right, how long is this going to take? And they're like, all right, should just be a few days. Here's what we can do. We'll move closing to the 24th. Okay, which was yesterday. I was like, okay, fine. Now what's cool is the dispute was removed on Monday. And I was like, wonderful. That's great. Unfortunately, the seller wasn't going to be available till Friday. So, okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll deal with that. So after that, they're like, I asked them, is there anything else that can happen? They're like, no, it's fine. After that, we have to run the credit again to see it removed. I was like, great. My credit didn't move. Everything was fine until the next day. Then the credit dropped again. So now, because the credit dropped, I don't know the actual logistics of it, but the long story short, it dropped it enough where now they had to, they now needed reserves in the account to show like 2 months worth of mortgage and shit like that. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, unfortunately, what this also has done, it's now going to raise the closing by like 3,000 more. So now we're looking at like 15 grand. I'm like, we don't have that. We don't have that to do. So they're like, okay, let's see what we can figure out. So then they had to reconfigure the whole loan. Now, mind you, this is on Thursday.
What of last week? Yeah.
Thursday of like 2 days ago. So they had to reconfigure the whole thing and had to get seller's assist. They had to raise the loan amount and add seller's assist, which unfortunately takes away from our equity on the house already. That cuts that in half, unfortunately.
Jesus
But
Christ.
it then allowed them to lower the down payment some. They lowered it by like 2 grand. So we were back around like the 12, but right around like the 13 mark. I was like, okay, we're kind of back to where we were at initially. Okay, good. So then there's an addendum that happened. We signed it, and then we had to wait for the seller to sign it. And for whatever reason, the seller wasn't signing it. At this point, it's about 5 p.m. our time, and they haven't signed it yet. We're still waiting because we still want to close the next day. Well, they took their good old time to finally do it. Don't really understand why. No one really told us why. They finally signed. And I was like, okay, all right. So I text my realtor. I was like, okay, here's what's going on. I mean, she's the one that told me they finally signed it. I'm like, perfect. That's great. We're good. Okay. I can kind of breathe because I was worried about that. I'm like, they're still getting the same amount of money for the house. They are. It just how it looks is they're kind of putting money here and then giving it back. And there's no actual money changing hands in that sense. It just is a paper transaction. So they finally do it. I'm like, okay, cool. And then this whole time, Stephanie is telling me, yeah, once we get this, we can get the CD, the closing disclosure out to you, and we'll be fine. So I already got the pre-closing disclosure that shows you what your closing costs would be, hence why I knew what I had to pay. They drug their feet on it. It finally got in. So then Friday comes. We know we're not going to close. We're like, okay, I guess we'll just have to move it till Monday. So Friday comes along and she calls me. Stephanie calls me. I was like, hi, how are you? She's like, hey. I was like, hi, yeah, what's up? She's like, hey, just real quick. So, do you have like a savings account that your name is on? I was like, no, Tiff has a savings account. She has 2 of them. My name's not on it. She's like, because we're like $170 short for reserves. And I'm like, because the night before I had to send her like my bank account, my current bank statement, what's going on with that. My current balances for the payoffs. I was like, no, I don't have anything like that. She's like, oh yeah, we're just like 170 short for reserves. I'm like, do I just need to put money in the account? They're like, no, we just need to see it that, if something happens, you can pull money from. I was like, because at this point, I was told the day before, like, yeah, everything is fine now. We should be able to get you clear to close tomorrow. And once again, I was very excited. I wasn't really letting anything out, but I was very like, okay, this is what we needed. Yeah. So she called and I really like I wanted to break down a little bit because I'm like, we are right here. And you were attempting to break this deal for $170. And it's funny because my realtor, I was talking to my realtor about it, and she was like, she literally sent me a picture of her standing in front of her car with 2 $100 bills under her tire. Like, I don't know how they got here. They just were here. I was like, I know, it's like magic. My realtor's pretty fucking cool. So they're like, what about your 401k? I was like, I can send you the info. I can't withdraw anything from it right now because it doesn't, I haven't been there long enough for it to really accrue the money that's allowed to be pulled out from yet. I didn't tell her that part, but I showed her that. And, 3 hours waiting later to hear back, they're like, we're good. We're good now. And then we finally got clear to close. Which is the last step. And that was Friday. That was Friday night or afternoon or whatever. So, the next thing that happened, they're like, and this is probably me being a little bit over analytical of it, and there's probably stuff I've missed in my little storytelling here. But there were so many steps along the way where it felt like they were pushing back and they didn't want this to happen. I don't think that was the case. I just think it was just how it felt. So it was always like it was literally the antithesis of like, yeah, no, everything is great, but like everything was a but. So she said, so before you get your final closing disclosure, they have to run it past title and make sure all the numbers match and yada yada yada. She's like, she looked at it, and this is Carrie now that's doing this. This is like the other loan officer that's working the case. She's like, yeah, everything looks pretty close, and I'm like, okay. Now, me being the over analytical person, I see pretty close, and then thinking about everything else that's happened, all the other little bumps and bruises we've kind of had here, I'm like, that doesn't make me feel good, because I don't know what pretty close means to you. I don't know what it means. Because the current disclosure after they figured everything out is about we have to show up with $3,500. We already have a cashier's check of $8,600, and then there's a gifted amount of $1,500. So what's really the only number that's really important at this point, that's kind of money that's not already accounted for, is $3,500. I'm like, okay. And she said pretty close. Now, whatever, I'll just disclose this. It doesn't really matter. We only have $5,600 in the account right now. All right. So, and we have a few things coming out. So, it's like, okay, all right, fine. Okay. Did not get the finalized numbers on Friday. Now, mind you, keep this in. This is very, very important. I'm on the East Coast. They are on the West Coast. The closing is scheduled for 2:00. So 2:00 at this point in time is 11 a.m. for them. They don't get until 8 a.m. over there. So that's a 3-hour time frame where I'm expected to get the numbers, the finalized numbers for them, so I can wire money to the actual title company, because you have to do that before you sign anything.
Right.
So I then message her today, and I felt inappropriate doing it, but she actually texted me before, and I was like, well, I'm going to shoot my shot here. I was like, hey, don't really want to bother you here, but this is kind of pressing on my mind here. I'm just kind of looking to get an idea of like this is the last step in this. So I was like, I know you said the numbers are pretty close, and I'm not asking you for a specific here, but can you give me a general idea what we're looking at here? We're trying to create a budget. We're trying to figure everything out. We just kind of want to know what we're looking at. And luckily enough, it's actually going to be $300 less. So that's good. That's a win.
Hey, what's up, Fatty?
Hey. So now, yeah, the closing is on Monday. We still don't have final numbers. She said maybe it'll be tomorrow. I'm like, okay. Now, my realtor has also told me a story about how people have been literally sitting at the bank waiting for the lender to give them the money or to tell them the final numbers before. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they run it in really quick, especially since she had a general idea what that looked like. So we should be good. It looks like it's probably ready and rearing to go. It just needs to be stamped and shipped out. But the only other part, because there's always more, there are parcels that are in question that are not accounted for that have liens on them for $125,000. Yeah, they are not a part of the house per se, but they are supposed to be given to us once the lien expires. But unfortunately,
for the
yes.
yard and stuff.
Yeah, for the yard, there's about 3/4 of an acre. But the most important thing is the yard. So, unfortunately, there hasn't really been much movement between title and lender and my realtor for that, and all that. Now I know they're bringing their estate lawyer to the actual closing. Um, we are kind of thinking that they have an idea what they want to do, but they want to hash it out um, in real time. Now, here is probably the worst part of this whole situation. The worst, yeah, I would say it's the worst part. There is absolutely a universe where when we get to closing on Monday at 2 and they don't have something in writing saying this yard is yours or this yard will be given to you on this date with no penalties, yada, yada, yada. If that isn't in writing, we will actually have to walk away from the deal because
Well,
the yard is a huge part of the purchase of why we're doing this particular place.
I mean, you have to have a yard for your fucking house of some
Well,
sort.
well,
Like,
it's literally for the dogs. Like that's the thing. Like that's the biggest part of it. Um, so in the most ironic turn of events ever, there is a universe where I could have suffered and gone through all of this um to walk away at the 11th hour but because that um but yeah, I have suffered. I have lost probably at this point probably around 25 pounds in about 3 months. um I barely sleep. Very not myself, canceled shows, been miserable on shows. Is not fully focused at work. Everything that you could possibly roll into an anxiety, like an anxiety induced kind of whatever. That's what I was going through. Um, yeah, and I'm hoping it's all done on Sunday or Monday, but that's kind of like the sort of short version of the last 3 months of my life. Well, so Kyle, real quick, the reason it's not included because there was a lien on the other parcels. There's about 4 parcels that are owned by somebody within that family. Um, that part is harder to hash out. Um, now each parcel I believe is worth 8,000, but the lien is for 125,000. So they're trying to approach it where it's like the amount of the lien compared to what the actual property value is, it's not worth it. So I don't know. I don't know the exact because I mean that part my realtor is kind of handling with the title and the seller. So I'm like, I don't know how that really works, and I'm gonna misquote myself and all that other fun stuff. But um yeah, it really it changed me. Now I will say this, and this may stir the pot and make people feel some type of way, but I don't actually care, to be fully honest. This changed me, but it made me more so I started praying and talking to God and asking for guidance and help and clarity. And I will say this once again, I don't care if people agree with this or not because it's you can feel however you want to feel. Like that's the beautiful part about being a person. Um, I really feel like this changed me for the better. Um, there's no question in my mind that God allowed this to happen. because there was many obstacles that happened here that should have derailed this whole thing, and it tried to. But I did everything I could, and asked for help, and I don't know. I don't think anyone that could look at the situation and not feel like, hey, there may have been somebody in your corner, and I firmly believe that, and I think maybe that's that weird turning point for me, I guess, that has allowed me to kind of like, hey, no, there you should really have a relationship here. And I'm not gonna try to push religion on people. I'm not doing all that. I'm not that guy. But my personal experience with this, I think this made me a better person, um, and more appreciative of kind of just what I don't know, just more appreciative, man. I don't know. I don't think there's a better way to put it, but yeah. So what's your news this week?
Well, so I'm looking for a new job. I
Okay.
didn't lose my job or nothing like that. It's just crazy shit going on there. That
Yep,
well, I told you about the bathroom situation, right?
you did.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. I need to find something else. In the meantime, I am working with my wife on a venture.
Okay.
Um, doing life insurance.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's a specific type of life insurance, and I'll get into it once I know more about it.
Okay.
But if I once I'm licensed and can start selling it and stuff like that, it's a nice way to make money on the side from my 9 to 5.
Nice.
Make my own hours, stuff like that. If it goes well enough, because no one in Maryland no one in Maryland that I know of sells this particular life insurance.
Okay.
Um, I could corner the market on it.
Interesting. That's very ambiguous.
Like it's life insurance. It is life insurance, but it's like trying to remember the kind it is. It's like for people who can't normally get insured because of pre-existing conditions,
Okay.
this allows you to get insurance for that. Because some insurance companies won't cover you if you have like asthma or something like that.
Right.
Something. But if you get sick, it'll cover you if you still get some sort of illness or something like that.
Hmm.
Sick of getting sugar cookies. What?
Well, real quick, let me go through kind
I don't know,
of
we're just talking about dirt.
some of the chat here. So,
So that's what I'm gonna start doing on the side from my 9 to 5 because my 9 to 5 does not pay me enough to do what I need to do to take care of things here at all. It is through the help of friends and people in my life that I was able to make ends meet.
So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. This is from like 30 minutes ago, so I went on a diatribe.
Yeah.
Um,
As far as
I'll
to
give you,
get into you about the praying thing,
yeah,
I get you because I've been doing a lot of that myself.
yeah. I mean, you know what my thing was, and I talked to Jermaine because everyone knows Jermaine's most is religious,
No.
or spiritual, or whatever you want to call it. I was telling him, man, I feel so bad doing it because it feels like you.
Why do
It
you feel
feels
bad for it?
well because it's like you don't. We weren't talking before. Now all of a sudden, I need something. Now you're gonna talk to me. Like that
It's
just
not
feels.
about that.
I get it, but yeah, but I'm saying from my perspective, like that's how it felt. I felt bad. I felt guilty doing it. I'm like, I don't deserve to do this. Like I'm not coming to you when things are good. So what gives me the right to come to you when things are bad? You know, like who am I to come to you to ask you for help when
Because
I
I'll
get
answer that in the best
I
way I
get
can.
it. I get it.
Because most people don't do that when things are good.
Yeah.
Um, you hear the cliche like athletes say win it all, like I want to thank God. And you know it's kind of horseshit.
Right.
It kind of is, and everybody knows it. It's when you're down and when you're down and shit's bad that you need that extra voice to keep you going.
Right. I mean, I guess
And
the inverse is I could have been like, blah, blah, blah. This is your fault. This is, why aren't you
yeah,
helping me?
you're not saying, well, god damn it, this is all you. You're saying, hey man,
Right.
I kind of need
Right.
I need help. And that's not even necessarily being like religious. It's being spiritual. You're asking for something above you because you're struggling with it
Yeah.
and you're starting to lose yourself. And in order to
Starting.
maintain like yourself, we're like, hey man, can you take over for a little bit? Like the proverbial Jesus take the wheel.
Literally, I was on a milk carton for a while.
Like for me, it like my family's always been religious. I at one time was really religious. And that would shock people that know me now because I'm not at all. And when I made that post about finding my faith, somebody that I know that is super religious came at me about being saved. And I'm like, you completely missed the entire fucking point of what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it alone. Also, you're kind of a hypocrite. I'm not going to come at you about that right now because I just can't.
Oof.
No, that's the other thing. Like, I don't like it's the hypocrisy of like certain people that preach about stuff, but they didn't live that life, and then they're gonna come at me preaching about it. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't live like a bad life. I don't live like I'm not a horrible person. I live as close to a decent life as I can. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed. We all are flawed. And whatever higher power you believe in, whatever you call it, whether it be God, Yahweh, Allah, um, Buddha, whatever. It's whatever you believe is whatever you believe. And that's okay. It doesn't matter what you call it. But it's like I said when I was on the garden of thought, there are some things in life that you can base on science and it explains everything. There are other things that happen in life that you cannot chalk up to that. And it's something else.
Yeah.
You can't explain it through numbers or formulas or anything like that. That's something else. It's something beyond us. And you have to accept that. You have to acknowledge that. And I do.
Yeah.
And going through what I've been going through with the whole job thing and just trying to figure out how to make ends meet and just like I've been like, God, just get me through this. Get me through this storm. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I need help. And then like sure enough, like people have been there.
Yeah.
And it's proof that like, hey, this I'm gonna be okay because
It was
I'm
just
not alone.
it was just so weird for me because I just felt guilty. I just did, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and there's still like that feeling of guilt of like it's like
I get it. I get the guilt.
yeah.
I get it, but why do I feel like the light got brighter and started talking about this shit in my end?
I don't know.
What the fuck is going on with that? Okay, but no, seriously. The guilt is understandable, but it's not something you need to feel.
Yeah,
And Jermaine would probably told you the same thing.
he did. He did.
Exactly. You've got Jermaine who is a spiritual person. You've got me who is somewhat, I guess, spiritual.
You're part-time spiritual.
I mean, like I said, I'm Catholic. I was born Catholic. I've been raised Catholic. I'm
Same.
raised Catholic. I went through the whole thing. I was going to be a priest at one point in my life.
I did not go that far, but all right, fair enough.
When I say I was very religious, I mean I was very religious. Very religious. And I decided I realized it wasn't for me and that I could go a different path in my life.
It's actually very interesting since we've been talking about the religious stuff. We dropped like a bunch of people. Seriously, it's interesting. Really quick here too, because I do want to kind of go through the chat here. So Rick, that is good news.
Yep.
Did not want to forget about that. And yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I went up in the hospital. I went to get the fuck out.
All right, let's see here.
Wait, who dropped? I know Rick dropped off because he was like he was crashing, falling asleep.
Okay. I mean, I tend to do that.
No, I get it. I mean, he's probably been up all day and shit, and just like,
let me see here.
because his girl just had surgery and stuff like that, like recently too. So the brace came off. Her brace came off of her leg, so that's good. She's moving around, from what I understand.
Kyle, you still in here, buddy? Because we're gonna get to your questions here.
Yeah.
Let me know if he says something here. Who's actually?
Yeah, he's still here.
Perfect, my man.
All right, who's still here? Say yes in the chat.
Yeah. So it's probably just.
And if you got any questions, drop them in.
Honestly, it's probably Dark and Kyle at this point.
He might still be here.
Yeah.
I know he's usually up pretty late. Yeah. So if you're still in the chat, say yes. All right, Dirk's still here. Okay.
Coke might still be in there somewhere.
Coke, if you're still in there, say I'm here. Drop a question. We'll answer it.
Question 1. I'm currently in Minneapolis on my second night of a 2-night hotel stay. I'm up here to attend Wisconsin. Okay, that's not a fucking question, Kyle. It's a statement.
It's underneath that one.
Yeah, it is. My question for you guys: have you ever traveled to see one of your favorite teams play on the road? I have not, actually.
No, I have not either.
I mean, I've traveled to see a team. Hey, Pens won. Suck my dick, Philly.
They're still up with 3-2.
It's 4-2. You fucking pricks. You fucking mongoloids. Suck.
No, wait. What's the series? It's like
it's 3-1. Fuck you. It's 3-1. But you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go close a house on Monday and see a home game. So, yeah, fuck you, Philly. That's the next game. There we go.
I think Avalanche are going for the sweep. So
yeah, that's fine. Fuck Philly and fuck Shaw. All right, next.
Damn.
Gotta keep it alive.
No love for our Iranian brother.
No, fuck it.
Or Persian brother. I don't know what's that Iranian. Persian brother.
The fucking hate is real.
Yeah,
but no, I have never traveled into hostile territory, I guess, per se.
No, because I would talk shit and probably get like jumped by like all the other opposing fans, especially in a Steelers game.
Fair. How likely do you think that there's a 2027 MLB season will be shortened by a lockout?
Yes,
probably.
It'll definitely be shortened if the season happens at all. Because I don't think it's going to happen.
Naturally, as soon as the Pirates want to spend money, right? Who are the Pirates' biggest rival? I would say it's honestly probably Milwaukee.
More than the Cardinals?
Well,
more than the Cards or the Cubs?
No.
I mean, remember, Milwaukee was in the AL for a long time, though.
Well, I'm saying now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's either that or the Reds.
Okay.
The Cubs we just feel sorry for, and Cardinals are like, are you still a team?
For the Orioles, our biggest rival, Rick says the Yankees, but I think our biggest rival is realistically the Blue Jays. There's a lot of dislike between us and them.
Interesting. I
I,
would have said Yankees
ever
myself.
since the '93 All Star game, where Cito Gaston did not bring Mike Messina in, it has been like war between them. It's always shipping when they play each other. Jeff Hoffman didn't help it when he was bloopy kissy faces at the Orioles when he got a save at Camden Yards last year after we didn't sign him because his shoulder was he failed the physical. By the way, you lost your closure job, bitch. Fuck you.
All right.
Full kissy face like you're some badass. Then you get blown up in the World Series. That's what you fucking get, clown ass bitch.
He's never been to an NHL or an NFL game before. Which do you think is more fun and enjoyable to attend? I've been to both. NFL game is awful.
Never been to an NHL game. NFL games are fun.
NFL game, I just don't find it any fun because I feel like it's just dodge the drunkards. Like that's really what it feels like. It's not.
Yeah.
You get a much better view on because you get to see everything happening on TV much better than you do actually in the stadium. That's just kind of how I view it. NHL games, yeah, a lot more fun. Energy is great. Obviously, seating is pertinent. You have to be in the right seats to see what you want to see. But yeah, NHL games are considerably more fun.
Yeah, I've never been to an NHL game. When I go back to Colorado, if I go back, I'm not going to go back. When I go back to, well, she's supposed to be coming here if we work things out. I don't know.
Maybe I'll have to kind of get you to a Pens game here at some point.
I kind of want to go to an Avalanche game before I die.
Well, maybe we can get a Pens Avs game going. I don't know. We'll figure out something. All right.
But yeah, I've heard NHL games are fun to go to.
Yeah. This one looks to be for you.
Living in Baltimore, you're a fan of seafood. Of course, I'm from Baltimore. Maryland, you have to like seafood or get the fuck out. What is my favorite? Anything with crab. I've had like a really good crab fried rice, and it was like a Thai fried rice. It had crab and shrimp, and it was in a hollowed out pineapple with chunks of pineapple in it with like cashews. It was like the most delicious fried rice we ever had. But then it was like at this place. Me and my wife went to dinner at the National Harbor because we were gonna get a casino down MGM casino down there. I mean, yeah, Dirk, I like crab. I love crab. I love crab cakes. I love crab, like blue crabs. I love soft shell crab sandwiches. I love crab. So, not a big fan of coconut shrimp though. Like, I can't lie. I don't like coconut shrimp too much. But it's because of I don't like coconut like that. Or the shredded coconut. I like fresh coconut, but not the shredded shit that they put on like that stuff. It's just too sweet.
Fair enough. Now, keep in mind here, folks, and I probably should have said this earlier when we actually had like the larger amount of folks in here. Next week, we'll be more back to normal. We'll have the football show on Tuesday because there's actually stuff to talk about. Obviously, me and Chris will get back on Wednesday.
Yep.
Be back down on the regular Friday shows. And I'll start putting out stuff on the weekends again. I'll have an actual new real Q&A link up, which I said I kept meaning to do, and I just didn't care at that.
You're busy with shit happening, man.
I couldn't think straight. I just didn't care. That's just really what it came down to. I know this wasn't like the most fun show. It was mostly just me narrating like 3 months of my life. but it was important to me. To kind of just put it all into perspective, to kind of fill in people that may have not known all of the ins and outs. And I guarantee I left things out, but if I could and I'm not looking for pity or anything like that. I really struggled, like like to an embarrassing amount, and it's uncomfortable to think about it because I know people have it much worse, and people go through considerably more difficult things than, oh, you're having trouble buying a house. It's like very first world white guy problem, right? I
No,
get
what
it.
the fuck isn't, dude? That's a big deal.
I
When you're
get it.
buying your first house, it's a big deal. And with
Yeah.
the struggles that were coming with this, it's understandable that it weighed on you like it did.
Yeah, but I
It's
just know other people had it worse, and I just felt bad that I took it so hard.
it okay, but they're not in your in your headspace, in your
Yeah.
shoes, and you're not necessarily in theirs. Yes, there are people that had it worse. Yes, there are people that were going through rougher times. But it's not like you weren't there for people when they needed you.
Yeah.
Like, I will say this here again, like what you did for me when you found out I lost my job.
Yeah.
I will never fucking forget that.
I mean,
And that goes for anyone who did what they did. I will never forget that, and I will always be grateful for that. It was unexpected. I did not expect that, and it helped. It did. It really did. And you were going through this while that was going on. So
yeah.
that's 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 real shit, you know? So you weren't like it's not like you weren't there for people that needed you or that or weren't there for people. You weren't necessarily yourself.
No.
Given what was happening, it's understandable because it was you thought things were cool and then something else would happen. You think things were cool and something else would happen.
That's
And you're like,
exactly what it was. But
so
I was
that'll
torn apart.
fuck with anybody, man. That'll fuck with anybody's fucking well being. It would
Yeah.
fuck with mine, and I'm one of the most mentally like strong people on the fucking planet. Like I don't break. I would have lost my shit. I
Yeah.
might have put a hole through the wall, like legit, just out of
What's
anger.
what's amazing actually with that, I never got to that point. I was very, very focused, very like, all right, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? Like very, very detail oriented. And the problem was I was so quick to respond that they weren't ready to respond to my response. So then I had to wait for them to do all of their stuff. So it was a lot of, okay, here's a problem, solved, done,
Right.
cool. What's next? And then it was waiting because
Yeah.
that was the hardest part because I had so much time to manifest scenarios that were happening because
Right.
about midway in, I started noticing a trend that everything kept happening. And I'm like, okay,
Like this is
because
not good.
I essentially just wanted to get to the finish line so nothing else could happen. Like that's really what it
Yeah.
became. It became a race before something else happened, which felt crazy to say, but that's exactly how it felt. It felt like the universe was testing me. But I never got to the point where I was angry and hitting shit or freaking out or yelling at people and lose. I was just
I wouldn't that's the thing. I wouldn't yell at anybody.
yeah,
I wouldn't take it on anybody else. I would be
yeah,
like, what the I would get angry.
yeah,
And then eventually it's like I can't hit a person because
right,
that's an assault charge. That's handcuffs.
right,
I will punch an inanimate object and I will break something.
Right.
because if I don't get this out, I'm going to explode.
Yeah.
Like
I
I would like punch a wall. I would like break a table, like crack a chair. I literally like
I somehow transferred all of that into efficiency and problem solving and coming up with too many plans. Um, yeah, I just want to thank folks for bearing with me. Um, it feels embarrassing. I mean, because that's what happens in hindsight, right? You have the ability to replay certain things. You're like, oh, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you? Because now that things are okay, you're like, oh, see, everyone was saying it's gonna be okay, and it's like, oh, you're right. But when you're in it, you're like, nothing about this feels okay.
right.
Tell my chest this. Tell the scale that everything is okay, because it's kind of like, yo, my dude, why do you weigh 6 pounds? What is happening? Like you that's the part that I don't want to feel that again. Like I like that was terrible. Like, but
Right. But and that's the thing, man. And it's like I said, you don't necessarily know like you
how you're gonna
don't know
react.
how you can react to something until you're actually in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say to people. Like you don't know what someone you can't judge somebody entirely by what their actions are until you've been in their shoes, unless they did something horrible like go on a killing spree. At that
Right.
point, you can pretty much judge their piece of
Kinda
shit.
no real excuse there. It's like, yeah, don't
You're
don't
just a bad person for killing all those people, man. Sorry. Well, you don't understand. That was not, no.
Mm,
You could have handled that different.
yeah. I've just never dealt with that amount of stress and push and pull for that extended period of time. That sheer magnitude of stress and it being so congested in that kind of like
Right.
I've never dealt with that. So
But you weathered the storm and you
I
came
did.
out the other end stronger.
I'm
And
telling
that was the
you,
test.
yeah. I mean,
That
honestly,
was the
these
test.
you could look at this and I could have went a bunch of different ways. I could have just gave up on the whole thing and said, forget it. Um, don't worry
It's
about
just
like
like,
I wanted it. And here's the kicker. Here's like the biggest kicker of all. If this was just for me, I wouldn't have cared. It would have been like, this is frustrating, whatever. But I wanted this so bad for her and so bad for the puppies. Like that's the thing. Like that's what I think that's what drove me. I think
right.
that's what made me care so much, and I think that's what didn't allow me to kind of give up on it, because if it was just for me, I don't whatever. It's fine. Not a big deal. I can live in a room. I don't give a shit.
Well,
But
the big thing and this is important, and this is important to say about the whole thing, like whether in a storm or weather.
yeah.
I always laugh when people say God doesn't throw anything at you that you can't handle. I always laugh at that and say that's the biggest pile of fucking bullshit I've ever fucking heard. He does it all the time. God throws stuff at you all the time that you can't handle or that you think you can't handle all the time. There's never a time where it doesn't happen because that's what brings you back to your faith. When
I
you're
could see
lost
that.
in the when you're lost in the desert, look for me and I'll guide you. I will see you through. But you still got to get through that fucking desert. There may not be a lot of water. There may be the nights where you have to freeze on the sand, or the sun may be burning you to a crisp. but I will guide you through.
That's interesting, man. Because yeah, I've heard that saying so many times, but
Yeah, I've always laughed. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's bullshit.
well,
It does it all the time.
I believe it, but I'm not now. I'm kind of like, no, that you know what, that actually. But I mean, I think so. I think what you said is still true to that statement because I mean, if you think about it, like how how you worded what you said, well, something was still thrown at you, but you were able to be guided through.
Yeah.
It's just you needed to ask or do X, Y, and Z. I, I
You'll
think
have
I think
you'll have
I
a
think this
person.
I think the statement is still true. It's just a matter of you need to believe. So
You'll
I don't
have a
think
person who's there
yeah.
to like listen, or you'll have a person who's there to like talk to you, or you'll
Right.
have a like it's crazy. Like you'll have a friend who's there to like kind of talk to you or give you advice. You'll have like someone you haven't talked to in years randomly just contact you. There
Look,
will be things that happen during that struggle that show you a light at the end of that tunnel of that darkness.
look, I got no shame in doing this
But
because
it's up to but and this is the kicker. This is how it works. It's up to you to figure that part out. Like, hey, this person is here for you. Like, this person's here trying to walk you through
look,
it. This
I will tell
person's
you
by your
this.
side. Or this happened. This started hit rolling this started rolling this way, or this happened. And that's how and that's believe it or not, that's God kind of
Well,
saying, hey
do you
man,
want to know what my godsend my godsend was here? Look, when this was all was happening, when they were saying, "Hey, your amount is going up by like or your closing costs basically are going up double. Basically, you need to come
yeah,
up with this, that, and the other." Um, I so my bestie is named Bob. I've known him longer than I've known anybody in my life. We also have this relationship where we cannot talk for 7, 8, 9 months and just get back and be perfectly fine. Everything is great. He's that dude for me. It just is what it is. This all happened and I didn't want to do this, but I reached out to him. I was like, hey, can you lend me 1,500? And no questions asked.
yep.
I mean, mind you, just to give you perspective here, let me see something here. Hold on. Give me a sec here.
And it's gonna sound cheesy as fuck. And I'll tell you what got me through, or what has gotten me through this storm I'm going through. While you're looking up.
I haven't said anything. So I said something to him in January
Yeah.
and something in March. That was it.
Yeah. But that's again, that's the thing. It's like I've had like so many friends who've like just been like, yo, you all right? Like he like
You've checked out
literally,
plenty of times in this situation.
yeah, literally my boy Joe Money, who's usually in our chats on the other show. He doesn't follow sports, so he doesn't watch like the baseball show or anything, but he like helped me get cat food for the cats because I was low and I didn't have them when I wasn't working.
Right.
And he was like, dude, I got you. How many cans you need? And just straight up got them. Um, I had a friend just recently, just like they don't mean to put their name out there, but just had a friend who just loaned me like money to like, and I didn't want to take it. I'm like, dude, I don't know when I can pay you back for this. And they're like, whenever you can, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know when that's gonna be because I'm not making enough to really take care of them. I'm barely like hanging on by a thread. And I'm not saying this next part because of anything for sympathy or to get anything out of anybody. I've honestly like thought about like temporarily giving the cats up because if something happens to where I can't afford my place, I don't want them. I want them to be somewhere where they're safe. Like I'll be fine. Like I don't care about myself, but I care about them.
Yeah.
Like they came from a place where they didn't have anything really until me, except for the foster person had them. But they were like, all they've got is me. And I don't want to do that, but you know, if it's right for them, I'll do it because I won't let them end up in a bad spot. I can't do that to them. I won't do that to them. Um, but you know, but they like help me out with some stuff to just be able to cover bills. Like
Right.
I said, it's like I don't know when I'm gonna be. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, if I'm honest with you, I'm not. Like, because people could hear my parents could hear it in my voice. You all right? And I'm like, not really. Like Joe could hear it in my voice. Rick could hear it in my voice. Like people like I don't show it on the shows because, like I said, if I'm not in a good place to do a show, I won't do it.
Right.
So I'm like, I will put it to the side in order to do stuff like this because it's an escape from what I'm dealing with. That without it, I would not be okay. Like mentally, like I'm like
Right. I mean,
so
that's why I canceled as many shows as I did because I'm like, I would get some news
yeah.
and it would be like the day of. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. I don't,
Yeah, and I understood what you were dealing with. So I'm like, I get it, man. Don't worry about it. Take care of yourself. Take care of you. For me, the shows are like, I'm doing this to get away from all of that because I
right.
it's for me, it's a break from
Right.
like the grind and struggle of what I'm dealing with. But for a lot of and I can like, okay, that goes outside for a bit. I can push it away. Just like I said, just because how I'm it's just what I do.
It's just how you're built.
Every
Yeah. I, I
not
don't,
everybody can do that.
I wish I
Not
did.
everybody can do that. Hmm?
I don't have that ability. I wish I could. I just, I am,
I will say
I
this:
am,
no, you kind of don't because it's good that to be able to do it, but when I turn off the computer and like turn off the headset that closes, bitch, like everything comes back and you're right back in that. Oh God, what do I do?
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really that much different than always being in it because I'm looking at it from like a technician standpoint. I'm like, I am analyzing all possible outcomes. And the reason I do it that way is so I can have that whole emotional thing done. I can
Yeah,
brood, I can be upset about it, I can do whatever I need to do about it. But when that is done, like I'll do that before I kind of focus on things. That's generally when I'm like, I don't want to do the show. I'm good. I'm all set. I'm not in a good place. But what I'm then able to do is when X happens or X doesn't happen, I already had one, the emotional outlet that already that comes with whatever that news is or is not. So then I'm able to attack it. with all of my plans that I've formulated over the past day, 2 days, week, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I can just work efficiently as possible. I can say,
Like, I
okay,
can't
cool.
even lie, man. Like, these cats have seen me break down.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally, like, Nori, my little girl, I was like petting her the other day. I'm like, hey, and she's just looking at me. I'm like, it's all right. Daddy's okay. Because she knows. Like, animals know.
Yeah, they got that thing about them.
She's like, you're not okay, Daddy, are you? And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I'm petting her. And I was like, okay, I'm not okay.
Meow.
And she just looked at me and I'm like, it'll be okay. No matter what happens, you guys are going to be okay. I promise. And like, I hate, I hate saying that shit about the possibility of doing that, but I promised I would, the lady I got them from, that I would take care of them, even if that means that they can't be with me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they don't forget you, you know, that
Right.
and they don't forget you. Like, I've been away from my other cats for like a year now. And whenever I talk to my wife and they hear my voice, they come running to her phone. And she puts on speaker, like, do you hear Daddy? And they'll start rubbing on the phone. And like, they'll hear me talking and they'll talk. Because they know that Daddy still loves them.
Animals are neat.
No, they're great, which is why if I see somebody abusing an animal, I want to like fucking kill them. Like, I hate animal abusers. Like,
That's fair.
them and like fucking.
Well, boys and girls, those that stuck around. This is
First of
all,
all, thank you for staying around. That's
yeah. This is also why I don't like recording it at 10.
yeah.
Because cats just, I mean, we're all old, man. I'll be 40. What's funny is I'm buying a house a week before my birthday, so it's like happy birthday to me. So yeah.
Have you ever seen either of the cats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Come here, girl. Come here.
But
Come here.
things will be back to normal.
Come here.
God willing. Nothing else kind of crazy happens. Hopefully they have the land parcel stuff sorted out. Hopefully I'm not big sad walking away from a house because we can't get a yard.
I mean, at least at that point, it's not on you
I get it, man.
or
but
anything like that. But still, I get it.
I will perish. I will perish into
No, you won't.
dust.
No, you won't. You're gonna make it through.
From the sheer irony of it, I will perish into dust in the car.
Well, yeah, that part I could get, but like I said, you will make it through the storm stronger.
But
We
yeah,
both will, and that's the key. We will both be stronger
They'll
because
figure
of
it
the
out.
storms we have weathered.
You got no choice. You got to figure it out.
Which means I'll be like the Hulk or some shit because I've been through a lot of fucking storms in my life.
I have more puppies to buy, so that's kind of how that's gonna work. Let's see.
Why
Yeah.
would you lay like right by my chair where if I roll,
So
your tail run over? Why would you do that?
So Tuesday we're doing a football show. Wednesday we're doing this again. I'll get an actual link up for the Patreon for the new Q&A for next month.
Yeah.
When is next month? Yeah. Well, I guess we still have some time to do that.
Also,
Yeah.
to everybody out there who last night we had Rams fan on the Miners Report. I
Quack.
recommend everybody checking it out because it was fun.
Friday is next month. It sure is. It sure is. I guess Friday
Also,
would be. Ooh.
also,
Means a new intro.
to everybody that's here or still here, I want to say this genuinely. Everything I say on these shows is legit. I appreciate you guys have gotten me through all of this. Maximus, Dirk, Kyle, Coke, Fatty, Rich, Jermaine, Rick, all you guys, man. I wouldn't. I would not have been able to keep going without you guys. Rams, Stony, who aren't here, you guys too. We have a nice little family here among the podcast circles. Every time something happens, it gets proven. I fucking love you guys. For real. One day that love will be that you've given me will be reciprocated in some spectacular way at some point. I don't know how.
That feels real, like man on man.
I mean, if it comes down to that, may have to.
Oh,
I mean,
there you go.
if a brother gets desperate enough, you might have to make some things.
This is coming out and on the closet. That's cute.
I mean, if times call for it, might have to pull a what was it? What was the movie where Jack Black said it? Tropic Thunder.
There's a lot of things that were said in that movie.
I will create a ball.
Well,
grab the balls, work the shaft. Bring that over here.
I prefer a rich around. It's like it's specially made for me. It's a rich around. It's good. Love it. But yes, folks, thanks for hanging out this night. I can promise you.
Dirk, why would you say that around me, man? We are a family. Really?
I can promise you
you think I forgot the 1978 World Series? Fucking Pirates.
Things will be back to normal. Back to being jovial, at least for the most part. I guess we'll know what happens.
I hope people watch the replay. Watch this on replay because I think I said some really deep stuff that makes you sound way smarter.
We get decent enough views, even if it's not live. Like we get decent enough replays.
I don't know. I think I said something really profound that makes you sound super smart, and it's weird. I don't know if I'd like.
Also, I'll get back to actually doing shorts because I just stopped doing that for a few weeks because I didn't.
Yeah, it's like there have been shorts up for anything in a while.
Yeah, I just don't care. Just didn't care. I'm
what
like,
is it, girl?
Yeah, but toodaloo, folks. You guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. All that. So toodaloo.
You just want your chair, don't you, little girl?
I want your chair.
She likes sleeping in this chair. She's like, Daddy, get the fuck up.
You get the fuck out. We're both getting out. Goodbye.
Yep.